Hey, this is Mark at Woody Creative. Okay, this video is to show how you make sure and get your, when you're connecting a gravity form that has, I should probably show you one of these. Let me pause it and I'll show you one. Okay, for example, let's look at the, on the camps and clinics, we have this quarterback and wide receiver clinic. And to make sure that when somebody completes the gravity form, over here, because at the end of it, it's connected. The credit card functionality is the Stripe functionality. To make sure that that gets reported in, now we're going to jump over to the Stripe dashboard. What we have to do, so now we're looking at the forms, and these are the gravity forms. The quarterback clinic is right here. It's on the settings. You have to go to settings for each individual form. It's a Stripe. It's a Stripe. Every one of these forms needs its own individual Stripe feed. So we're going to go into this quarterback form. We've already created this feed, but if there wasn't one, you would just do add new. So I'm just going to edit this one. So notice that the name of this form is MyP2P Clinic. It's QB and wide receiver 5 to 630. It's got all this data. So just a matter of practice, we'll just name the feed, the Stripe feed, similarly. So because this can be pulled, so it will show up in this dashboard. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So this form will be blank. You enter the name. It'll ask you if you want a subscription or products and services. So you want products and services. Then it'll populate. This is default. Just leave that. This will, by default, say do not send receipt, but you definitely want to send your customer a receipt. It's a very attractive little receipt. So the other thing we want to do, though, is that we want to include this metadata. What that means is you can see it here. If I go into the view payment details, this is a test form, but this metadata right here is pulling in the name on the, this is from the form, the email from the form title, which in that case was Stripe test. So in this case, we want to pull in this form title, some other things that are in the email. And without going into the email, I can tell you that all these fields are from the email. Okay, so you determine what you want to show up in Stripe. So because otherwise this just says 50 cents and you can't really track what it goes back to, but now we can tell it's from the form. In this case, it would be quarterback and receiver clinic or something. Include the person's name, their email, etc. You probably want to include all that metadata in the Stripe dashboard. So when the money comes in, you can tell where it came from. So which fields do we want to pull from this metadata? Well, I would say definitely the form title. And you can, I'll put it in all caps, just because it's going to say form title, and then it's going to pull the data from that form title. So I'll add another one. You probably want the person's name, their full name. So let's say that's the whatever, parent name. I don't know if you care about the kid's name, but I mean, you could do that too. Name a participant, kid name. And what other, let's see. So I think we would probably want email. We probably want, I mean, you can get all this data from the entries here. So I don't know if you need it all, but let's see, email. What else might you want to pull from there? I mean, that might be enough. The form name, the parent name, the kid name, the parent's email. If you wanted to say the parent's phone number, you would do that, and just, or whatever, the phone number they listed. And again, you would say yes to the email, and you hit the update settings. So now when you fill out this form, like we did for this one, it'll say name, email, form title, parent email, whatever all the different things are, because you otherwise would have a difficult time matching up, knowing exactly, and it will tell you the product name, product Stripe test, like down here, register for men's lineman clinic, the date. But we didn't have the metadata in this. You can see the customer name here, but you can't see the kid's name. Maybe it's just the kid's name that you might want to get. But quite frankly, whoever the customer is probably is just the name on the credit card. So yes, you would want to include the metadata for whoever the parent was that filled out the thing, whatever the name of the kid was, in case they had more than one. So just determine what you want in there. That will allow it to be pulled in.